And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray along with Corey Sandin. Rick's still ill there, getting better, I hope, and I'm sure he'll be back next Saturday. But what a great team we have in here today. We have from the Intrepid, we have Katie Schmidt, and from Fisherman's Landing, we have Carl Schmidt. The Schmidts are here in town for Let's Talk Hookup in the world headquarters here of Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Quintin, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel. In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, Ford has kept that title every year since. And your San Diego County Ford dealers plan to repeat that again for the next 49 years. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, and Ford, the most awarded brand for new vehicle quality among trucks. Get ready to power through whatever this new year brings in a Ford. Check out the entire Ford F-Series lineup and take a test drive today. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealer. They'll be glad to hook you up.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and stoked about today's show.
Yeah, we are. And Carl Schmidt, good morning.
Good morning.
Fisherman's Landing. Let me turn your mic up there.
Right.
There we go. Good morning.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
There we go. Great. And you brought Katie Schmidt, your wife.
I brought her.
Intrepid. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Katie.
Who brought who?
Not sure on that
I'm
one.
pretty sure I just told him I was coming.
You're just coming. Yeah, well, great to have you, Katie. Thanks a lot for being here. The boat just got back yesterday.
Came back on the 30th from our
30th.
last trip of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
16-day with Jim Odlem and Paul Lepore hosting a group of guys. And they ended up having a good trip. A little challenging to start out, but I think they fished 13 out of 16 days and came in with a beautiful haul of yellowfin and bluefin tuna and a few assorted other species.
Yeah, they
yellowtail.
whacked the bluefin at the end, huh?
They really did. Yeah.
And
Cherry on top.
And good sized fish.
Yeah. They definitely were formidable opponents.
Close to home also.
That's
what I like.
That's what I like.
That's what they are, Carl. It's good for your fleet,
Yes,
right?
very good.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. And so now maintenance time for
Maintenance time. Yeah. We'll start running our bluefin trips in April now.
April.
Yeah.
All right. I'll bet it's going to be good.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think, Carl?
I talked to some of the guys. The sign down there is very, very good.
Yeah.
I know Aaron Barnhill, he starts fishing in about a week. I think his first trip is to start fishing that stuff. But I mean, the amount of fish down there from what I heard is really good. And the guys that are fishing down there, 100-pound to over 200+ pounds of fish.
Crazy.
I don't think there's anything under 200 pounds.
Wow.
And all within like 2 to 3 day range right now.
You mentioned Aaron Barnhill, who used to run the Shogun.
Correct.
Right.
And now he's on the commercial end of Mexico. Why have they waited so like this far into January? Because their season starts January 1, correct?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I just know that they were waiting till February to start fishing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if their maintenance weather-wise or what the holdup was or whatever. I couldn't tell you.
And they don't really have competition.
Yeah.
I mean, they have an X amount that they can catch.
Correct.
Yeah.
and their quota, and they catch it and they're done.
Correct. So I believe he said he was fishing for his company and the other company down there. So I don't know what all the logistics is, politics involved or whatever, but I know I heard that he was going to start fishing this week or maybe next week to go down.
Interesting.
There. Yeah.
I mean, the weather's beautiful. The ocean's calm and flat.
Yep.
Driving down this morning,
Beautiful.
palm trees and parrots flying around and 80 degrees today. I mean,
I think that's what they were waiting for, because the last couple of years, January has not been a very good weather month for us. So like, hey, let's wait a month and not beat up the equipment and stuff. So
guess
fish
what?
is not going anywhere.
Today's February 1st.
So
Time to go fishing.
time to go fishing.
Yeah. So now yesterday we had Adam from the New Luan on, and he
Yep.
was talking about running trips in April.
Yeah.
And I know, Katie, you said you're going to do some trips on the Intrepid in
Yep.
April. And what about the fleet from Fisherman's Landing?
Yeah, we definitely have some. I think around April 15th is where some guys are starting to shoot. I think the Queen will have some trips up. I know everyone's kind of getting, as you look outside, every boat out of Fisherman's Landing, except the Royal Polaris and XL, is full-blown boat work right now. From repowering some boats to painting to turning wrenches. I'm sure you guys talked about that before. But yeah, April 15th, May 1st is where a lot of guys are shooting to start running.
Yeah.
On 2-day trips, 3-day trips and stuff.
And it's a schedule up at fishermanslanding.com.
Everyone's pretty much up. There's one or maybe one or two boats we're still waiting for. So we'll have a variety of trips from reverse overnights to reverse day and a half, which has kind of become a popular thing last year, to regular day and a half, 2-day trips and 3-day trips.
Wow.
From all the different boats. The biggest reason there's such a variety of trips this year is the charter season really doesn't start till June. So every boat now, doesn't matter if you're the Pacific Queen, the Pacific Dawn, the Fortune, the Tomahawk, no one has a lot of early spring charters.
Yeah.
So it's everyone's like, we got to run. So you're competing against the long range boats that are pretty much doing strictly 3-day trips. So we got to give people a variety. And those reverse day and a half and reverse overnights have really become pretty popular because of the nighttime fishing.
but not only that, Carl, but that reverse day and a half, if you leave early enough, only an hour or two ahead of time,
Yeah.
you're able to capture
2 days worth of limits.
Right.
Even on the reverse, even on the reverse overnights,
Yeah.
biggest bang for your buck, you get 2 days worth of limits. Because
That's
as long as you
crazy.
leave before noon the day of fishing, you can get a license for that day. So if you're leaving Friday morning, you get a license for Friday and Saturday because you're fishing before midnight and after midnight. So you can get 4 fish versus 2 fish.
And I believe that was Wayne and CCA and Ken
Oh,
Frankie. It was those gentlemen that coordinated that with the Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Right.
Yeah, I know when guys started doing it, there was a big gray area. Like,
Yeah.
is that legal? And I know Ken Frankie got it worked out with Mexico, got it cleared up
Right.
with that type of stuff. And now on the U.S. side also.
Yeah.
So, but the boats do need to take multi-day permits, so 2-day worth of licenses but whatever. I mean, if you can go from 2 fish to 4 fish, that's a great thing.
It's a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Katie, the Intrepid trips are going to be 3-day trips?
Yeah, they're 3-day
They're all
trips.
3-day trips.
Yeah, we have a couple 2-day charters. But the 3-day trips, what I love about it, and when you go on our boat, is you get to kind of see and feel what the long range experience is like. You get to kind of taste the food and see. But I'm excited too to see some of these people on the day and a half, overnight, 3 days, like start to convert to long range. And I feel like that's the trend that I'm hoping to see this year too, is like kind of branching out and seeing what more is out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah. So if you want to book a trip, now would be a good time.
trips are starting to fill up, especially the last couple weeks.
April last year was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem with last year was the weather,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
But like from what all the experts say, we're not expecting a lot of wind or a lot of storms this spring or fall. So I expect that to be good. Or charters. If you guys want charters, I mean, everyone's kind of hesitant because, like fishing's normally not till June, but there's plenty of good fishing to be had. Some of these guys offer a little less expensive charter rates and stuff like for early spring trips and stuff like that. So if you want to get on a trip, especially like, some of the more popular boats to get on, like you could get on a spring trip now. Then as the years go on, you could keep moving your trip later in the year or and so on. Or my favorite time of fishing, October and November, everyone's available for charters. So, and I think that's the best time of fishing is October, November. You get that better bluefin grade of fishes coming back down. Normally that bluefin moves up to the north, Bay Area. Then later in the year, it comes back down. And then you also have the last 2 or 3 years, that great grade of yellowfin tuna, that 50 to 80 pound yellowfin we've had off the coast a couple of times.
Weather's better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not just a theory. It's 12 years worth of data, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's October and less people and nicer weather.
October and November is my favorite time of fishing. You get some of those Santa Ana days and stuff, and the weather's just beautiful offshore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, you've been the showman lately.
Yes.
Katie, you too?
Yeah, we went up and did the International Sportsman's Expo in Sacramento a couple weeks ago. And then we've got PCS coming up. Carl's going to Houston.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then, we'll do both shows. Then next year, I'm hoping we'll do Houston, the Safari Club next year, like we were talking about earlier, and maybe the New Jersey show. So trying to branch. Yeah.
A lot of long range customers in New Jersey.
There is actually. You talk to some of the guys from like the XL, the Royal Polaris show. There's a lot of guys that come from the East Coast.
Yeah.
The nice thing about it, our tuna fishery is kind of the opposite of their tuna fishery. So when they're done, we're just starting and stuff like that, especially in the Galveston, Houston, Louisiana area. Obviously they got to deal with the summer weather down there, the hurricanes and stuff. So we offer much better quality style of boat. We offer better fishing than those guys do for less money. Everyone talks about how expensive San Diego fishing is. Compared to the rest of the United States, we're still pretty cheap.
It's a bargain.
It's a bargain.
Yeah. And higher quality boats.
High quality.
That's what I notice when people see the picture of our boat and then they see the fish on my little slideshow, their jaw kind of drops and go, wait a minute, I can catch that on that. Yeah. And so it's really eye-opening when you go to areas outside of, Southern California. There's really not an awareness of the amazing fishery we have down here and the boats and things like that. So it's kind of fun to introduce people to trying something different. And honestly, the hunters and the freshwater guys, they're trophy hunters, and it's just another trophy hunt if you come out here and catch one of those big tunas, whether it's on a 3-day or a 16-day. It's the adventure of a lifetime.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned the Gulf, you mentioned the East Coast. What is their live bait situation?
No live bait.
Hello.
So this is
that is a stamp in the table right there.
Well, that's the crazy part. No live bait, no galley on the boat.
No galley.
Bring your own food, bring your own drinks.
For a multi-day?
For a multi-day.
Really?
If you want to keep your fish on ice, bring a cooler.
Yeah.
Because some of the boats have a big ice box, like they just throw, say, 300 pounds or 500 pounds or 1,000 pounds of ice. No fish holds. Or bring your own cooler to keep your fish in and a separate cooler to keep your food in. Wow. Some of the boats back there might have a hot plate or a microwave. There's a few boats now that are going to have galleys over there, because I flew out to Houston and Galveston to check their boats out and stuff like that. And I've done a lot of research on like in Florida and New Jersey and stuff like that. It's just a different style of fishing, and it's $500 for a day and a half, but bring all your own stuff.
That's crazy.
But the other thing they have in both those places is weather.
Challenging.
We don't have weather here.
No,
we live in a kiddie pond.
Sure, we do. It's 80 degrees today.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
While the rest of the nation's literally in frozen tundra.
Which is sad, but
for sure.
Yeah,
so,
but not really.
Once in a while, it gets a little rough, but overall, comparatively, it's. When you fish in other places, you realize, wow,
we're blessed.
Yes,
really, I have a friend that lives outside of Daytona, and I texted him this morning. Our low this morning. I live in Santee, East County. Our low this morning was warmer than as high as going to be today
in Daytona Beach.
In Daytona, yes.
Yeah,
wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
it's a weird year this year.
It is.
But look at the water. We were talking about yesterday. 62 degrees.
It is
61 degrees at the coldest.
You can't find 50-degree water in San Diego right now, which is for January, February unheard. It should be like 57, 58, 56 degrees.
And hearing Mark Wish talking about the fact they're declaring an El Nino, quote unquote, this fall.
So some good authority on the fall El Nino.
I mean, the half-day boats right now, I know the Dolphins down right now, repowering, but the guys out of Seaforth and the other boats, half-day boats, catching bonita, some yellowtail. I mean, it's like there's been a handful here and there. I've seen some pictures there. There's been some yellowtail in La Jolla and stuff like that for the private boaters. But that's like
Epic.
Something that you catch in May, June, July. You know,
Or-
you're not going out there and catching 150 bonito on the half day boat in
January.
or February type of
or a
stuff.
flash of it in the fall.
Yeah.
October.
But it's
November.
been 6 weeks of bonito fishing or something,
Or
like that.
longer
Yeah,
even.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, when the Dolphin was running, I mean, it was 40 to 50 people a day in December to go catch bonito, which was awesome. It was great. you know?
And beautiful grade.
And catching a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
And close to home.
Yeah, I mean, some days they were catching limits of bonita in January. Like, I know people like, oh, bonita this and that and stuff, but to go out in December, January, or February to go pull on something that will actually take some drag,
Like a lot of drag.
yeah, and on 20-pound, it's really fun. You know, what
And
else are
good
you gonna do?
eating.
Yeah,
I keep hoping everyone takes their kids out because that is literally
Yes.
how I
Yeah.
got hooked. My mom took
too.
me on a
See that
half day
bonito on the
fish.
wall there? That's
Yeah,
pretty
and
cool.
I caught like a little 10-pound bonito, and it was over for me at
Yeah.
11 years old. And
Yeah.
here I am now, a billion years later, and like that's how it starts. And so I think it's so exciting to have that local
I
fishery
think
here.
we're in for a great year this year.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I mentioned it every time that the bonito comes up. They are so good sashimi.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
had some a week ago from a friend, Eric Noguchi, and he laid out the platter and
It's
they-
all about
they're
how you take care of your
amazing.
fish. You know,
Yes.
I don't think it freezes well, but you catch some
No.
fresh bonita, you bleed it, you gill and gut it, you know, like any other tuna. You take it home, you put it on ice for a day or whatever. I mean, I think most people couldn't tell the difference between a bluefin, a yellowfin, and a bonita if it's all fresh, you know.
If it's made up into poke,
Yeah.
that kind of
Mm.
style, it'll blend right in.
Exactly.
And blend in. I mean, it's got its own texture and its own. There's
Yeah.
nothing bad about it
Yeah.
at all.
No,
It's
delicious.
amazing.
So it's
It
just
is amazing.
it's got a bad
If
rep.
you've never eaten it, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
And
When
there's
you eat it
three
fresh.
stages. There's the sashimi.
Yep.
Next is the poke. And by day 3 or 4, you're steaming it or
Yeah.
cooking it and turning it into tuna fish salad.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Sandwich
I used to
material.
make tuna salad, like bonita salad out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 stages.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. So, Dolphin's getting new engines.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
And
should be back tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
So I think their first trip will be Wednesday, the Halibut Derby.
oh,
you guys
that,
are-
that quickly, huh?
Yeah. So we're on our 9th year now. I think Wednesday's already sold out. The following Wednesday is filling up. If anyone's interested in the Halibut Derby, let me give you a quick rundown on that.
So now this is the Dolphin Fisherman's Landing.
Yep. Every Wednesday.
Halibut Derby.
Yep.
Every Wednesday.
$95 for the ticket. $10 of it goes to the jackpot. And we have 3 prizes at the end of the year. It's not an everyday jackpot like on some of the other boats. This is the heaviest halibut wins the money at the end of the year. So we'll have like 6 weeks of fishing. So $10 of every ticket goes to the overall jackpot.
So
if
when you
can-
say at the end of the year, you mean the end of the 6 weeks?
end of the 6
Yes,
weeks, yeah,
yes.
at the end of the tournament.
Yes.
So last year, I think the jackpot was close to $4,000.
Wow.
Second place or prize is going to be a rod and reel. Normally it's a CalStar 278 heavy and like a pin fathom or a Torium 14 size reel or something like that. And then we do third place is either 3 or 5 half day passes.
That's incredible.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And they might do
so
a
that's
jackpot
every
on-
Wednesday for the next 6 weeks.
Correct.
Starting this Wednesday.
Correct.
Yeah, except
Yep.
it's sold out on Wednesday. What is sold out? How many people?
40 people.
40 people.
So we don't overcrowd the boat or anything
Yeah.
like that. We keep it very reasonable. We don't
And
try
it's
to
target halibut. That's
halibut is the main target. Obviously, you're going to catch some sand bass and some sculpin
Sure.
mixed in with it, but halibut is what they're going to be fishing for.
yeah. How fun is that?
Yeah, it's been a great success.
Yeah.
It's been great for Jason on the boat. There's guys that get off the boat every Wednesday, come in, they put $95 down for the following Wednesday.
Wow.
I mean, there's guys
They want that
have
jackpot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, speaking of CalStar, you were just visiting, and there's CalStar on the screen there. You visited CalStar's factory this week. Right?
Yeah, so they're in a
With the
new
boys from Fisherman's Landing.
Yeah, so the boys from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, I went up there also to their new shop in Gardena. Beautiful shop. And Chris and John, they've done an amazing job up there. The stuff that they have coming out this year, I don't know if it will be ready for the PCS show, but some of the new rods they're going to come out with is going to be phenomenal. They're game changers, you know.
Yeah.
Not sure what I'm allowed to say or not to say, so I won't say too much about it. But it's super exciting. John obviously has been there for
He grew up there.
exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, since a little, his
Yeah.
dad obviously Leon grew up and stuff like that. But it was great to see him smile and like this is what it's supposed to mean. Obviously,
Yeah.
COVID really hurt CalStar,
Right.
and to see what Chris has done and put that energy back into CalStar to bring them back to what they should be, and the best rods on the market, hands down, in my opinion.
For sure. There's no comparison.
Yeah, the new 875 series that they've come out with, I mean, my favorite rods of all time. I mean, that's all I fish now.
You say COVID hurt them, but I truly believe that COVID maybe set them back.
Yeah.
And then introducing Chris to the game was the game changer.
Yeah.
And it's really, I think they're better off today because of.
Yeah. Well, new factory.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole system up there from start to finish, I kind of knew what went into a rod, but what actually goes into the rod, and some of the employees they have employees there that have worked there from 20 to 40 years old now. Some of the rod wrappers there, and just the whole system they have there, and everyone's smiling. It's like, I've been here for 40 years. That's
incredible.
Yeah, it's a great operation. Chris and John, they do an amazing job. You go into their warehouse, and whatever rod you want, they have 10 of, they have plenty of stock now and stuff like that. Every tackle store that carries them should be honored to carry CalStar now. And
knowing that they're in Gardenia, that was the headquarters of Yo's.
Yeah.
Right. Right there.
Yeah. And so they take the material, they lay it out on the paper. They have an old notebook. It's not computerized. I'm assuming probably Leon or someone from maybe the Sabre days had it drawn out and details on the notebook, and that's how they do it. Everything's done by hand, no machines or anything like that.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Handmade rods.
Yep.
Made right here in Southern California.
All of it in USA. And like I mentioned just a few weeks ago, I didn't even know until last year they make all their own hypalon and everything in house.
They Chris has so where all the threads are, where they're wrapping the rods, they call it a clean room. They make all the winding checks there. They make the hypalon there and everything like there. And they have what they call the dirty room, where they sand and grind and inject all that stuff. It's set up legit. It's a full-blown factory. It's pretty cool.
I know they're going to be at the PCS show, both the Costa Mesa as well as the Del Mar show.
Correct.
And they'll have a full display, as well as you guys both will be at both shows. Is that right?
I'll have a booth at Costa Mesa, and I think I'm just going to, Point Loma is going to have a booth.
You'll be in the Point Loma booth at
so you can
Del
come
Mar.
see me at Del Mar.
All right. And you'll, of course, Fisherman's Landing will be at both shows.
We'll be at both shows.
And it's cool because a lot of the captains come up.
Yeah. So at the PCS show, I'm sure every long range captain will be there. Mike Laus, Jake, David from the Tomahawk, Taro from the Liberty. All the boats will be there. You know, at least 1 or 2 days at the show.
Yeah.
So, and at the San Diego show, we'll have Jason and Taro. And a lot of guys will come by and stop by, at least on opening day and Saturday and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. A lot to talk about here with Carl and Katie.
Not only that, Pete, we're giving away an overnight trip out of Fisherman's Landing, which, correct me if I'm wrong, you can upgrade it, downgrade it. If you want to go on a day and a half.
Yeah, upgrade, yes. Downgrade would be very hard. Taro, I don't know if you guys know about Taro, but not doing a whole full day trips here, but it's going to be overnight trips on the Liberty or 2.5 day trips.
There it is. So you can upgrade. We're going to give a lucky.
That doesn't have to necessarily be on the Liberty.
No, on any of the open party boats.
So on any open party trip out of Fisherman's Landing, an overnight trip, you can upgrade it to a day and a half, 2 day, whatever you want to do. Yeah. Costs you a little bit extra, but why not, man? An overnight trip.
Yeah.
Coming to one lucky caller or texter. And if you want to join us, we're for 2 hours. We've got Jeff standing by at the fan.
The world famous Jeff Hamby.
Right?
Yeah.
That's exactly it right there. And you want to give him a call to get in on the show here, talk to Carl or Katie, 833-288-0973, or you can send a text via the app, and only through the app right there. It says text the show. And if you missed yesterday's show, you can listen to that after today.
Absolutely.
And having Adam on from the new Luan was super cool. Got some great information, man.
Oh, yeah. He was giving out some secrets.
Right?
Yeah. I had to pry it out of him.
Like getting those kite bites and throwing the anchor over and turning that on, man. Some good stuff. Anyway, we've got a fun 2 hours ahead of us today with Carl and Katie Schmidt. When we return, we're going to be taking your calls, texts, and more when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Fillet knives shouldn't be disposable. Introducing AFTCO fillet knives that are built to last. Designed in collaboration with Boker, Germany, AFTCO knives feature 4116 German stainless steel, bonded with titanium nitride to ensure optimum corrosion resistance and exceptional edge retention. A non-slip TPR handle maintains a firm grip when processing game fish. Fillet knives from AFTCO. Any fish, any water.
Hello, this is Captain Mike Totter from Searcher Sport Fishing. Alongside my colleague, Chef Josh Evans, and our dedicated team, we invite you to join us aboard the Searcher. Our fishing trips range from 1.5 to 8 days, available May through November, and include charter options. We're committed to upholding a legacy of top-notch customer service, delicious food, and a friendly and talented crew. Book your fishing adventure online at searchersportfishing.com or call Rachel at 619-226-2403. That's searchersportfishing.com. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
When you're offshore fishing, the right gear makes all the difference, and that includes Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Come see Baker Marine at the PCS show in Costa Mesa and Del Mar to explore the full Fujinon binocular lineup and take advantage of the fantastic show specials, only from Baker Marine. Need the best? Fujinon Stabiscope is the professional's choice. Looking for top-tier stabilization at a great price? The Fujinon Techno Stabby TSX 1440 delivers rock-steady vision even through rough waters. Perfect for serious anglers. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast and services all brands of binoculars. They also have super lightweight stabilized binoculars for hunting and other outdoor activities. Visit Baker Marine at PCS Costa Mesa and Del Mar shows and take advantage of the exclusive show specials, or stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego. Learn more at bakermarine.com. bakermarine.com.
Rock Cod Rick here to tell you about Parker Boats and the guys at West Coast Marine. By now, you all know my boat partner and I bought a new 25 Parker center console from crew at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. We've known for a long time that a Parker was the boat for us. It's a stout workhorse of a boat built to last and get you home when the seas get rough. Parker Boats at the launch ramp, the offshore tuna grounds. You wake up in the morning on an overnight trip, and there they are. Parker Boats of all sizes, fishing in the same areas as the sporties. There's a good reason for it: fishability and seaworthiness. West Coast Marine has several new Parkers in stock and ready for delivery. And they have more on the way. Don't get caught without a reliable boat when fishing is this good. Take it from me, if you're ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to see West Coast Marine. Check out the inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and having so much fun in the world headquarters.
Look at that. Phones are packing up with one
They
line
are.
open. Jeff's standing by 833-288-0973.
Giving away an overnight trip out of
Fisherman's Fisherman's Landing, whatever the boats. You have a new boat in the fleet.
We do. We got the Poseidon.
Yeah.
We're excited for Steve, and he comes with very highly recommended charters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're excited to have him addition into Fisherman's Landing. We're excited to see what he's going to do.
What size boat?
It's 70 foot, 75-foot boat by 24 feet, I think it is.
Okay.
25
There it
people
is right
max.
there, right outside the world
Yep.
headquarters.
So he brought the boat over from H&M. Full schedule already ready to go. He just announced he's going to do some Mag Bay trips, I
That's
think,
what
in
I heard,
October and November, or maybe it's just October, end of October.
Mag Bay.
Fly down to Loretto, and
Yep.
then they come pick you up.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be 4-day trips or 4.5-day trips, something like that. So if anyone's interested in that, check out PoseidonSportFishing.com, I believe it is.
Okay.
Or give us a call here at the landing and get you guys all set up and point you in the right direction.
You're going to be booking the trips out of here, but
Yes.
he'll be booking.
Yeah,
trips
all
out of
the
there.
Mag Bay trips will be through Poseidon, and Steven, the guys over there, but all their trips out of Fisherman's Landing will be handling.
What an awesome
Yeah.
addition.
Great. Well, let's jump into the phones, Corey. They're packed up. They want to talk to Katie and Carl.
Let's do that, Pete. How about Alex? Alex calling from San Carlos. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup, Alex.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I was really interested in this. I think you said it was a reverse overnight or reverse day and a half.
Yep.
That it kind of gives you the most bang for your buck. I was going to ask you when's the best time to go. I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard to gauge with the weather being so strange. I mean, it's supposed to be like 86 on Wednesday over here in San Carlos.
I know. The reverse day and a halves are going to start kind of probably middle of May through June will be most of those, So the way the reverse day and a half works, like you leave Friday morning at 10 and then you come back Saturday evening, probably between 4 and 6 p.m., depending on where you guys are fishing. So you get one. So normally your Friday morning is going to be travel. You'll fish all Friday night, all into Saturday morning. You get a couple hours in the morning to fish Saturday morning. Say if there's some yellowfin or some daytime fish, maybe some kelp patty fishing or whatever, then you'll come back in. And the great thing about it is it was really hard to get at least one of the processors to come down in the evening. But I know 5 Star will be coming down to meet the boats. So there will be at least one processor down at the dock when you guys come in at night.
That'd be nice.
You do need to make a reservation with whichever processor you have and make sure, hey, we're coming in.
That's when it
comes. Correct. So on the reverse day and a half, you get 2 days worth of limits. The reverse overnight, you will get 2 days worth of limits also.
That's incredible,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
So, and the reverse.
Is there?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to ask. Is there ever a time where you see like where the fish are at? Like they got to be within a certain range for really like to maximize your opportunity?
Yeah, on the reverse overnights, yes. So normally those reverse, they have to be within 70 miles of the shore of San Diego. So a lot of guys they have some plan. They might not be on the schedule yet because they're going to say, hey, the fish are close enough. This will work. We'll throw it up maybe last minute or a couple weeks in advance or whatever. So just keep checking the schedule like that. They don't want to just, hey, we're going to throw up a reverse overnight. Hey, we're going to take your $350, take you out there knowing we're probably not going to catch any. They don't want to just take
that.
Yeah, exactly. So the reverse overnights, there's a few online already because maybe that's the only way it will fit in their schedule. Some of these guys are going to wait on that to see, hey, if the fish get close enough, if it's a good opportunity for that to happen. But on a reverse day and a half, I mean, as long as the fish are within 120 miles, you're good to go, you know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. You have a good text, huh?
I do, Pete. Yeah, there's so many coming through.
A lot of texts. Text the show through the Let's Talk Hookup app, of course.
That's it. Only through the app. It says text the show right there. And this one was sent by DJ in San Diego. And DJ, thank you for sending that. Always great to get the latest info from Carl. Is the Landing expecting to offer slow pitch and high speed jigging rods and reels? I guess as a rental, he's asking. Yeah. And if yes, what do you expect will be the big sellers this year? Oh, maybe it's sell. They do sell them in the shop.
They do sell them in the shop. Unfortunately, we do not have them for rentals. That's just another aspect. That's something I would like to do eventually. But I mean, that's requires a lot of money and different rods. The reels we have, the Talico 20s, you can probably get away with just fine and stuff like that. But unfortunately, we do not offer that as a rental. It's a very specific and a very specific technique.
It's really a niche.
It is a niche, and I don't think a lot of people will rent them. But unfortunately, we don't. But you could always get them in the tackle shop and stuff like that to buy.
And here's the thing, too. Like, we're so geeked out on fishing that we look at that slow pitch and a high speed as another avenue, and we add it to our dozen already.
Your arsenal.
So, exactly, right? I mean, that's kind of...
Without letting too much out, but when I was up at CalStar, they do have something very, very cool for
Carl.
For the jigging guys out there, the jigging rods.
They're coming out with.
Yeah, they have. CalStar
Chris was telling us about that.
Okay, so it's going to be a jigging rod and a rail rod.
Yeah.
Very cool. They've gone through a ton of prototypes. We got to pull on it. Don't know if that was the final version for it, but man, it is super nice.
And they're probably introducing to PCS.
Correct.
Costa Mesa.
Like the amount of when that fish is straight up and down on a jigging rod, you can't pull so hard. You kind of have to point the rod at it and
use the reel, right?
Yeah, the reel and stuff. With these rods, you can still pull on them and not kill your back and stuff. It's really nice. Yeah, that's going to be a home run for them.
I was trying to pull it out of Rick last time when I was in there with him, and he said they'd gone up, and I was like, "Come on, Rick! There's got to be
let it out a little bit.
There's got to be some connection here, man."
Yeah, I don't know all the specifics on length and all that type of stuff, but it's going to be very cool for those guys. So,
Katie, do you have a lot of customers that come on and use slow pitch on the Intrepid?
It's becoming more and more popular. We actually have 2 trips on the schedule with the West Coast Jigger guys. So I actually fished with them last year and watched some of those guys. And it's pretty phenomenal.
It's a different world.
Yeah, someone gave me a jigging rod and I honestly haven't used it yet. I'm a little intimidated. But when you see you know, the quantity and quality of fish that they're pulling in versus what you're doing. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to convert.
Yeah. I don't know though, man. That just looks like scary
it's hard work. I
It's
know,
hard work.
I know. That's the thing but maybe with what CalSTAR is coming out, because, you know, fishing has changed. And I try to tell people, when you're fighting these bluefin, it looks intimidating, but when you go out on the boat, they teach you techniques and stuff where I'm a small person and I can pull in a fish bigger than me with the techniques that they teach you. And that's one of the things that I love about it, is every time I go, I'm still learning. But the techniques that you learn, it's like you can do it, but that just looks really hard.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you saw the post on the Red Rooster, but I mean,
oh yeah,
that 250.
It was 260,
yes,
I think,
on
almost.
a jigging reel.
On a jigging reel.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow.
And I think that was on an accurate
It
reel
was
and
on
a
the accurate, and a
CalSTAR rod of some sort. Yeah.
Andy Cates will be in the studio next Sunday.
Oh,
One
you'll
week
get
from
the full,
today.
You'll
So
get the full rundown.
Yeah, he'll have to give us the rundown on that for sure. Well, let's jump back on the phones. They're packed up. They want to talk to you. And when one line opens, you can get through at 833-288-0973.
You're mistaken. They're full. But
That's what I
actually,
said,
when Tom from University hangs up, we will have an open line. Good morning, Tom. Appreciate you joining us.
There, Tom. Good morning.
You pick us up, Tom? Well, maybe let's try another one.
Yeah, we should. Let's try John. John called from Escondido. Good morning, John.
Hey, I'm always ready to answer the phone when you guys talk.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Tom can call back in.
Exactly.
Hey, so Carl, when the dolphin comes back online, you always have where the kid fish is free with a paid adult, and it kind of changes from when they're in school and when they're not in school. So during this time of year, it's on Sundays, and in the summertime, it's on Thursdays. Is that still going to be a valid thing?
Correct. Yeah. So we'll do kids fish free Sunday morning and afternoons to start with. Then when school gets out, we'll switch it to Thursday. But yeah, for every paid adult, a kid gets to go fishing free. So the kid normally has to get is a rental rod for $16. Kid gets to go fishing, have a great time, especially with this bonita right now. And then April 1st runs around, we'll do some rock cod fishing and stuff like that.
Nice.
It's a great opportunity to get introduced to kids.
And what day is that?
So right now it's because school is in session on Sundays.
On Sundays.
Kids
Every
fish-
Sunday, kids
every-
fish free with a paid adult.
Correct.
What a great deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then a lot of guys.
And what's considered a kid? 15 and under?
Correct. So
Okay.
when they need a license, then we consider
Then they're not
them
a kid
Yep.
anymore. Yeah.
Then a lot of people will go because we do half off on at the after. So they'll go in the morning, kid gets to go fishing for free. Then in the afternoon, it's $35 a person
For the re-ride.
For the re-ride. Yep.
All right.
So
Wow.
I mean, you get a full day of fishing for a couple $100 for a
For
family
you
of
and the kid.
4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Awesome deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for the call, John. And now that frees up 833-288-0973. What? No, they're all full again.
They're full again?
Yeah. So, and Larry in San Diego has a text, and he says, is it best to wash the Spectra on your reel after every trip?
Technically, you're supposed to. Do I?
Are you?
Well, I guess that's the rule of
The
thumb.
rule? Yeah.
But I do not. I mean, I rinse it off take the hose, turn it on with no water pressure, rinse off my reels,
Yes.
dry them off,
That's what I do.
put them in my bag, wait till I go fishing again. So
Now,
no, I
some
do not.
guys like take the Spectra off, and that's a
a whole-
lot of work, and you got to make sure you put it back on correctly.
Yeah, you got to put it on tight. It's a whole ordeal, if
Yeah.
you're not set up correctly to do it. But I mean, with the Spectra these days,
it's so good.
yeah,
You don't
and
need to worry about it.
10 years. I've had Spectra on my reels for 10 years and never had an issue with it.
Yeah, for
So.
sure. Definitely.
Yep.
Well, let's jump back in the phones.
Let's do that, Pete. How about John? John called from Colorado Springs. Good morning, John.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, guys. I'm excited with all this talk of the bluefin and the yellowfin biting, but my question is, if I go to Mag Bay, say from Texas, do you have renter rods and will you have the processor? If I get the processor to process my fish, if I fly back to Texas, they can mail it to me, right?
Correct. So what they'll do is from Texas, you'll fly into Loretto or Cabo. I'm not sure which one, but you would call, I believe her name's Haley from the Poseidon, and they have rental rods for you at no extra charge on the boat. You can show up with your personal items and you're ready to go. They'll have all your.
Oh, really? So they're going to have all the rods and reels on the boat.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much all inclusive on the Poseidon. It's 4 days of fishing for, and I have to double check that.
Nice.
But that includes your food, your rod rentals, they'll fillet your fish and vacuum pack it on the boat. Now, I don't know what the weight limit on your fish is because each airline is different, but I believe it's like 50 pounds. Yeah. Then you take that with you. I'm not sure about shipping more after that. I don't know how that would work. That's something you would have to call or check with them. But the price is pretty much all inclusive.
And how many people are they going to take on each trip? Do you know?
I want to say 16.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very light load. Yeah. So it's very comfortable.
It's a big boat.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
So I believe I don't want to.
Is it open berthing on that boat? Poseidon? Do they have staterooms?
They got some staterooms, some open berthing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and I believe
maybe we'll have to get him on the show sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love to get Steve on the show for you. And he can go through it. But I'm pretty much sure it's all inclusive, even your soft drinks. I want to say your alcohol, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, you show up as is. They'll take care of everything else on the boat. They try to make it as easy as you want. They'll pick you up from the airport, take you directly to the boat. You're good to go. You go fishing for 3 days, 4 days of fishing. They'll fillet everything on the boat. You bring your cooler with you, put it in the cooler, take it back home with you.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And Laredo's interesting because I think they have one flight a week, I think. Is it multiple
flights?
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I think there's a daily flight out of TJ.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm not positive on that, but yeah.
And
Alaska flies out of LA too.
And
into Laredo on a daily basis. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's daily. Maybe seasonal, but yeah. It's become quite a mecca, unfortunately. Laredo. I like it as a sleepy little town, but it's become discovered.
And then how far? I think it's like 5 hours over to Mag Bay.
That's something like that. Yeah.
Is it closer from Mag Bay or Cabo?
Oh, way closer to
from
Laredo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Mag Bay to Cabo's a long way.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because by boat it's a whole day. So
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right. Hey, we're going to be right back. You're listening to Carl and Katie Schmidt. And we're going to have more fishing. We got fishing reports coming up too when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check gamakatsu.com.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Hi, this is Captain Ray Lopez, owner-operator of the American Angler. I've spent more than half my life aboard the American Angler along with my partners Brian and Lori, developing a team that's as good as it gets. I've been fortunate to spend time on the ocean with so many fine people that I look forward to fishing with. We can't thank you enough for being part of the American Angler family, and if you haven't joined us, we love the opportunity to meet you. Text or call Lori at 619-223-5414 or check AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com.
This is Jeff Squires from One Cool Tuna and OCT Jigs. I've known Yusuf for over 15 years, and he is the expert when it comes to real estate. He has helped me sell my condo and helped me build a financial plan for my transition to the new area. He knows the answers to the hard questions that an average guy like myself doesn't understand. Yusuf not only is a fellow angler, but he's an amazing realtor that specializes in helping the angling community find their ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free, no obligation home evaluation now online from Yusuf by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get that report fast. Yusuf is the SoCal real estate go-to guy. He has helped me and my friends and family find what they are looking for in their new home. He understands the real estate market like no other, so take it from me, Yusuf is the best when it comes to your real estate needs. Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and we'll see you on the water.
Hey, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having so much fun in the world headquarters here and just talking good times. And
Katie Schmidt from the Intrepid and Carl Schmidt from Fisherman's Landing. It's the Schmidt twins here. No, they're not twins. They're husband and wife.
Right, exactly. And on top of that, giving away an overnight trip out of Fisherman's Landing.
Yeah.
And Carl said if you want to upgrade that to a day and a half or any open party, day and a half or 2 day, you can pay that extra amount from the overnight trip. And
and before we get into Captain Brian Willie from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, you have an update on that the Poseidon Mag Bay trips, right?
So they're 3.5 day trips.
And you found that at PoseidonSportFishing.com?
Correct. On their Facebook page also.
Oh, okay.
So 3.5 day trips, they're $2,500. Pretty much everything's included except your airfare, Mexican license, and tip, obviously. So it's round trip from San Carlos or Loreto. All meals, all snacks, non-alcoholic drinks, beer, and cocktails are included in your price.
Wow.
So that for the guys that want to go and have a good time, you can do that.
Okay.
50 pounds of fish, additional fish upon request. Obviously, there's an additional charge for that. Bedding and all tackle included. So
wow. How about that?
For $2,500.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, plus airfare.
And limited to 16, you said?
Yeah, one trip's already sold out or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they're in October?
Yeah, the first trip is October 20th through November 5th is the trips that they're running.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're in October, November.
Correct.
Time period.
And to parlay that into a couple days in Loreto,
hang out in Loreto,
right?
Yeah.
And
Count me in.
especially the last couple of years for the wahoo fishing down there outside of Mag Bay, plus that great yellowfin tuna fishing, 50 to 80 pounds, it was probably pretty average. There's some smaller ones, maybe occasional bigger one, but nice grade of wahoo and yellowfin down there that time of year. So
nice. All right. Well, let's find out what's biting, Corey.
Well, yes, and it's sponsored by Terrafin Sea Surface Temperatures. You can focus your fishing on the most productive areas by using Terrafin Sea Surface Temperature. They also have, along with Sea Surface Temperature, the chlorophyll, currents, and more. And with Terrafin Mobile, you can access your charts on your phone or your mobile device. Just check terrafin.com for more information. We got the man from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, Captain Brian Woolley. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Good Sunday.
Absolutely. Gosh, we had a pretty easy week up here, and we weren't too terribly busy, which was wild considering this just amazing weather. But, midweek was a little slow getting boats out, but been cranking, on the ends of the week here. So half day guys, they're still catching plenty of mixed bass for the half day anglers. I'd say the sinker setups and the mid-water approaches, maybe like a sliding egg sinker or lighter lead head on a rubber lure, is working out well for them. The light line has been really helpful too. Guys scaling it down from 8 to 12 pounds seems to be fishing the best according to the deckhands on the boats, what they saw this week. So some real subtle wintertime bites, easy to miss on the heavier lines. But our water temps are still like 61 to even 64, depending on the time of day and whatnot.
Incredible.
So it's crazy warm. And I don't know if you've looked at an SST chart lately, but the water off the beach is still pretty dang warm too. It's pretty amazing. But rubber lures catching calico bass, small profile ones like a fluke bait, something resembling anchovies. So plenty of action for those guys. And then 3/4 day stuff, little different approach. They've been down at the bottom catching the whitefish, gulpin, and sand dabs. So some real nice mixed bags for those guys by the end of their day. Some of the days they've been able to kind of get the job done early on the sculpin, and then they can slide in and, fish shallows for that calico bass, sand bass. Still a few halibut in our counts as well. A little bit slower on the derby front this week. I think they had one legal fish and, quite a few short fish there for their efforts on Friday. But the conditions just weren't there, no wind, no strong current, just, to get the boat to move. So that the fish that they have been catching on the half days and whatnot have been on the anchor. So new month, which means we have a whole new month for our halibut derby winner to, catch the big fish. Congrats to our last month's winner, Brian Gunthard, longtime regular of the landing, took home the epic prize pack for our January fish. So just
how big was that fish
for that? It wasn't a big one. I think it was like 11 pounds, so it wasn't a big,
it's a nice halibut,
fish, but it's a nice one. But still, water temps aren't super cold, and it's just, it's a different feel to a winter, and it's hard to call it winter when we're, sweating it in 80-degree weather. So,
that is true.
Just an easy week for us here. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be back in action all next week here. So give us a call, 949-496-5794. Of course, you can hit us on the web here too at danawharf.com.
All right. Fantastic. Captain Brian Woolley, Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Appreciate, as always, your fantastic reports. And And summer continues here in the hard winter of Southern California. We love it.
That's it. Right on, guys. Have a great week. We'll catch you later.
Thanks, Willie.
When we
Appreciate
were
it.
going up to CalStar, we were looking at the sea surface charts and stuff, and offshore from off of Ensenada, off San Diego, LA. I mean, there is plenty of 64-degree water out there. I bet if someone went out there right now,
It might happen.
You
Who
probably
knows
go
what
catch a
you
couple
could catch,
bluefin.
right?
Who knows what else?
And like Brian said, like you just said, it's not a bubble. It's
It's a big patch of water. you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, look, we haven't had any winter storms
Yeah.
per se, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Katie, you are now helping out as secretary of the CCA California San Diego chapter. I
Yes,
understand.
very
Yeah,
excited to
congratulations.
join them. I've always just been
Thank you
such
for
a
your work there.
proponent of the CCA and what they've done for the fishermen here and just the fishery, and also just changing some of the regulations, advocating. It's just such a great organization. So I'm really proud to be able to step in and volunteer with them.
Yeah, and then I know the San Diego chapter is going to have their Apps and Taps party this year at Jimmy's Famous right next door.
You're
It's
kidding me,
super
right
cool.
here.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's always a fun event. If you guys have not
It's
been
super
to
fun
that,
event.
like it is probably a highlight of our year. I feel like going and just mingling with everyone, but also it's just
that's-
such a
it's
good
in May,
cause.
something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
around May. Yeah. So I'm very excited to be joining them.
Well, good. Congratulations and thanks for that help. Now, don't forget, coming up on the shows here, you can register for the Star Tournament. You can actually register now on this tournament. If you register before May 23rd, you'll receive a $25 AFCO gift card, courtesy of AFCO. So your CCA membership, you get $25 back for the $40 Star registration. And this year, they added surf perch. Corey will be real interested.
Hello.
A 9-inch minimum size limit. And then they dropped the size limit for bay bass to 15 inches from 18 inches.
Oh, okay.
So much more realistic there. And the big grand prize is a Mako 17-foot pro skiff worth $50,000 and 15 weekly prizes worth $15,000. And they have a $15,000 youth scholarship. too.
Yeah,
So-
don't sleep on that tournament because
Yeah.
honestly, there was people on my 8-day last year taking pictures of their
Yeah.
fish. It's very easy to enter,
Right.
and the prizes are incredible. And I saw the winners last year, and they were people that I knew that so don't sleep on that because
No.
one, it's for a good cause. Two, it's fun, and I mean, AFCO is what I gear myself up with. So I would definitely,
AFCO's the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would recommend that.
And the chance to win a Mako skiff. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, don't sleep on that tournament.
And so it's $40 to get in the Star Tournament if you're a CCA member, which everybody should be anyway, and $25 gift card back if you do it before May 23rd. So it's a no-brainer.
It really is no brainer. And they're making it fun, right? So
Yes.
it's about catching the spotties, and a surf fisherman can catch their surf perch and have fun with it.
Speaking of surf pitch, here he is.
We got the man.
Corey's favorite report, the guru, Gundy Gunderson's on the line. What's up, Gundy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great. We're just talking about them including surf perch in the CCA Star Tournament this year. How about that, huh?
That's cool. That's cool. In fact, the surf perch fishing was very good this week.
I'm ready to hear about
You
it.
know, we got a weird situation. It's January and we've got 62-degree water.
Crazy.
Even up in Santa Barbara, 61.1 and things like that. So what you're seeing is you're seeing the typical winter species, but the water's a little warmer. So this last few weeks with the full moon, the fair weather, and that warm water, there was some good fishing to be had, and the surf perch were at the top of the deal there. Like I said, 61, 62-degree water, the norm. Hook, line, sinker reported good perch action, lots of biters. Goleta Pier was a hot spot, but most beaches producing there. The better models, 10 to 13 inches, so you're seeing some of those better quality fish. And those guys are still seeing Corbina. They're not catching them, but still they're getting a glimpse of a few fish here and there. The halibut bite picked up on those good, strong tides. Not real big fish, but they posted, a 22, 28, 31. And then a bigger one, a 36. So that's real nice halibut. That's all from Goleta West. So that's those northern beaches up there. The guys are just working it based on no real information, just going prospecting. They also have a 31-inch white sea bass up there, two striped bass in the 6-pound class near Ventura. So real nice mixed bag fishing up there. Just fishing reported good perch bite, South Bay beaches, Hermosa, Manhattan, good stretches, better fish, maybe 10 inches, a few small croaker in the mix. They had a 7-pound striped bass at Dockweiler. Big Fish reported scratch halibut fishing in and around LA Harbor. Catches reported from Shoreline Drive, 72nd Place, Dog Beach, the Inlet, the usual places where the tides make a difference. Most fish 25 to 30 inch. There was a 36-inch, 19-pound fish. That's worth angling for. Pacific Coast reported 62-degree water off most San Diego beaches. Several nice halibut catches, mostly from the bays and lagoons. Several fish in the 30-inch class. The main channels were producing the best, and live bait was producing. In fact, live smelt was the deal. And those guys in the lagoons, they produce some nice fish on that live bait. And you have to go the extra effort to make it and hold it and all that stuff, but it sure produces the fish. And then a 5-pound striped bass taken off the Oceanside jetty. So for the middle of January, heck, that's a good report.
It's incredible, Gundy, man. Striped bass and halibut and legal sea bass in the mix all the way up to Santa Barbara.
Yeah,
bring it on.
Pretty crazy, man. Keep it coming, Gundy.
With the weather, it's just with the water temps, and it's just a whole new frontier. You really got to fish it to know what's going on, and it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, just be aware the next couple of days there's a pretty good swell running. So if you're surf fishing, just be cautious of that.
Well, like Gundy was talking about the lagoon fishing.
Yeah, there you go.
Put yourself in the lagoon.
Yeah.
I love the smile on Corey's face when we talk about this.
Yeah, he loves it. The other night, I was locking up the docks, and we get the Groms come down fishing, the kids and stuff. And like every night, I ask them, "You guys catch anything?" Yeah, we caught a couple barracuda, some corvina, some And it's like this time of year, we get barracuda all the time chasing our stick baits and stuff
in the
like
lights.
that. But it's like that's pretty good fishing still for January, February out on the docks. Normally you're catching spotties or whatever, pretty slow, but they're still fishing their top water baits and stuff off the docks and having fun.
Well, Gundy, appreciate the report and look forward to next weekend and
talk to you next Sunday.
Let's keep it going.
All right.
You gotta love the grommets out there fishing away.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Gundy. Talk to you next Sunday.
Have a good week, gentlemen.
You too.
That's what it's all about. And hey, that was brought to us by Bill Varney's 2026 calendar. Get it now. I'm sure they're running out.
Yeah.
Step into Fisherman's Landing, or you can get it on surffishtackle.com. And we're going to be right back. Another full hour with Katie and Carl Schmidt when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Do you know why 1 million customers visited Summit Gasoline last year at the San Diego Sports Arena? Because they give you the lowest price on fuel. Great service and easy access, even for trucks and trailers at their 24 pumps. Summit is known for the best price on ice, too. Almost half the cost of any other vendor. 25 pounds for just $3.99. Martha and her crew love Fisherman, and they'll prove it by giving you 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill-up. Summit offers over 40 snacks and drinks to choose from for only 89 cents. And even a line of hand creams and lip balms for 89 cents, too. Summit now proudly offers locally made burritos and sandwiches. Made fresh daily and ready to go wherever the current takes you. Summit just upgraded their car wash. And for a limited time, get a deluxe car wash for only $6. Grab the wife's car, grab a cheap sandwich, and make up for the day on the water. Summit Gasoline. Lowest prices, friendliest staff, easy access, and free ice. What more can you ask for?
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service sport fishing operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the spacious and comfortable 85-foot Liberty. With bunks for your comfort, a huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Fisherman's Landing also boasts the best captains and crews in the business, from seasoned veterans to our young future legends. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at royalstarsportfishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, it's Chris Ella from Gwynn and Chris. We talk a lot of baseball, but we talk a lot about all sports. Listen for yourself. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station. This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod, Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
And welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Pete Gray here, along with Corey Sandin today. Having a great time with Carl and Katie Schmidt. Of course, Katie is with the Intrepid, one of the great long-range boats out of the Point Loma Sport Fishing. And Carl is the man at Fisherman's Landing there and represents all the boats and all the great boats out of Fisherman's Landing and having a good time and giving away a fantastic prize.
Having lots of fun, Pete, and giving away an overnight trip. Thank you, Carl. An overnight trip on any open party out of Fisherman's Landing. So if it's a day and a half you want to upgrade to? Or...
Yeah, it's like $80 or $90 or whatever, $100 or whatever.
And if there's a 2-day offered, you can pay
the
extra
difference
for that.
Yep.
And so we're giving away that overnight trip to one lucky caller or texter. And
Well, let's try and blast through some phones, Corey. These guys have been very patiently waiting. You want to get through? One line is open. You can talk to the world famous, yes, indeed, world famous Jeff Hamby, 833-288-0973.
Jeff's an awesome guy. And we're going to talk to Sam. Sam calling from Irvine. He's been on hold the longest. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. Yeah, great show. Hey, I heard you a couple things here. The halibut derby. If you took I took a one of those balance ball rigs, would that be a proper rig to set up to fish that halibut derby?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the reverse dropper loop style. That I think that's how most people will do it if they're fishing an anchovy or a sardine. So your sinker's above your hook there, then you have 18 inches or whatever. It depends, like the ball bouncing thing. Normally, the dolphin drifts too fast for that style of fishing. I think with the ball bouncing, you want it to go, a knot, maybe a little less on the ball bouncing. Obviously, the dolphin's a bigger boat. When the wind's blowing, that thing's moving down the bay pretty fast. But yeah, like a reverse dropper loop ball bouncing setup would work just fine. I know Jason likes a 4-ounce to 6-ounce sinker. Then a lot of guys will set up with the trap rig, the J hook through the nose of the sardine or anchovy, then a small treble hook in the back or whatever.
Like a trailer hook.
Yeah, trailer hook. Yep.
Because sometimes those halibut can be a little bit tough to hook.
They can be tricky for sure.
Yeah.
But I think last year what worked best was like a 5-inch MC bait or swim bait or something like that. I think probably a majority of the bigger fish were caught on those type of
on an MC.
Yeah, on a 5-inch.
I'll tell you what I'd be throwing.
Yeah.
I'd go to the bow or the stern, complete opposite of everybody else, and bomb a long cast with 2 to 3 ounce 8-inch slug.
Yeah.
Oh, what color?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter. It's
So-
all the action.
Yep.
Yeah. Let it go to the bottom.
Yeah, I think.
And get a reaction bite. Like
And just turn the handle, not
well,
twitch it.
So there's two ways. Let it hit the bottom, and with the rod tip, pump up, and let it fall again. 99% of the bites will be on the sink.
Oh, really?
Or wind it in 3 or 4 cranks and let it sink again. But I like to have that slack on the sink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think the majority of the bigger fish, that's how they were caught last year on baits like that, doing that type
No
of rig.
kidding.
Yep.
And you're getting away from the majority of the people, and you're going to touch fish that the others aren't.
Correct.
Yeah, and get the bigger ones.
I'll be there
Which in the
Wednesday,
halibut
watch
derby,
out.
and that's every that's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Starting this Wednesday on the Dolphin.
Start at
Fisherman's
7
Corey
a.m.
just
Yep.
gave away the secret to win
Yeah,
the
he did.
tournament.
Or that, or the 6-ounce sinker with an 8-inch mackerel.
There you go.
That is
Yep.
another one. Yeah,
Hello.
for sure.
So-
Hey, great text here from Mike in Mira Mesa. He says, "Good morning, guys. Great show as always. I remember Carl as a young man working at the landing, and it's so cool to see how far his passion has taken him. He's always been really accommodating and helpful, not just to me, but my friends and random people I've seen standing there." And that's so true. My question is, what is his prediction on the hot lure for the upcoming season for fishing in general?
It seems like it changes every year.
It does.
For the bluefin, it's going to be a tungsten jig or like a tuna bomb. That seems to be the thing the last couple of years.
What's Carl gonna fish?
Colt sniper.
Colt sniper or a tuna bomb or a midnight rider, the torpedo sinker. I haven't tied on any other jig besides that, either a Colt sniper or a tuna bomb or midnight rider in 3 years. When I go bluefin tuna fishing, it works every time for me. I have 100% confidence in it, and I don't have to like the jigging thing. There's a time and a place for it, and it's very effective. I'm not knocking it at all, but for 9 out of 10 times you drop that thing down, it gets bit and you wind it in. It's very simple, very easy. That's what I would fish. The
midnight rider.
Yeah, the midnight rider. And the Colt sniper during the daytime fish.
What about Katie? What's
Well,
she
you know
fishing?
what's
Because
funny,
Katie's a hardcore angler. She's
Yeah,
not
I was
just-
gonna tell
She's
you-
not just a pretty lady behind the phones at the Intrepid. She likes to catch fish.
I like the is that the Midnight
Midnight
Rider?
Rider,
Yeah,
yeah.
I fish that Midnight Rider. And the thing is like one thing I can tell what works is when I'm going fishing, Carl will go to the tackle box and whatever he pulls out that he doesn't want me to take because he doesn't want me to lose it. That's how I know what his favorites are.
That's the one
that's
you're
a little
buying on,
insider
yeah.
information into our house. I like
There's only a few jigs I don't
the
want.
purple Colt sniper I am not allowed to take. But I honestly, he gave me some advice a few years ago and he said, just stick with the same thing. And so I've stuck with that Midnight Rider. And like he said, I get results with it. And so I think sometimes you get anxious and you see someone doing something and someone doing something else. And he just gave me the advice a few years ago, just stick with one thing and just keep doing it. And I have had great success with that. I think we talked about last year, I lent it to one of my anglers and went back and got it from him. So I really like that.
But I mean, the West Coast jigs work really good. The HDs, the Johnny jigs, all those work just fine. Definitely the bigger jigs we gotten away from the bigger jigs, the rip rollers and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely the smaller jigs, those sink fast seem to be key.
And when they're
it's
finicky,
kind of matching the hatch type of deal. The bait the last year has been so small.
and the tungsten when they're finicky.
Yeah.
Wait, do I hear a live report?
Yeah, we have Captain Benny Florentino from
Hey,
Coastal
Benny.
Chargers on the line. What's up, Benny?
Benny.
Morning, Katie, Carl.
Good morning, Benny.
Corey.
Sounds like you're on the water.
No, actually, I'm not. It's been a busy week. Went yesterday to try a kelp report, so I'm kind of piggybacking on that deal about the kelp. We were on the east end of Clement Fishing Pyramid and the backside up to Eel, and we have that really good tide in the morning where the water's way pushed up on the beach, and then as it recedes, you lose current. So as far as kelp is concerned, at high tide, the kelp's down. There's really good current first thing in the morning. Last week, I had my good friend Ron Castro and my tournament partner Eric Neiman, and we smashed them. We had like a full 2.5 hour, 3 to 6 pound barrage on calicos up top about 10 feet of water. 63 degree water at 7 a.m.
Holy man.
That is crazy.
Wow.
Sign us up for
At
that.
San Clemente.
You're killing me, Benny.
I know all of us are dying.
And my son Matt was throwing, yes, Corey gave him 2 year flukes, but the secret tip was that neck breaker and your fluke in green grunion fish kind of low to get the bigger fish. Yeah, throw in a 2-fish jig in that senorita color, the old senorita color. Bodan has something pretty cool coming out for the show that we worked on. But I got 3 fish over 6.5.
Ooh.
You know, a lot of 6s, a lot of 5s, and that was about 2.5 hours. But once the tide seated and we had slack tide, this was kept everywhere in that Pyramid Cove and in the back. Called it a day early because at that point, you know, when you're at Clemente and there's no conditions, no current, no anything, you're just pounding your head against the wall.
Yeah.
So I just want to come in and just, you know, give the answers that. I also want to thank all the Instagram anglers that booked trip with me. I did a pre-Pacific Coast sport fishing special where you got half off the fish either island at Clemente or Catalina, and boy, the anglers jumped up with this great weather and the great bass fishing right now. I'd get off, and if you have your own boat, get there because they're biting, and they're biting surface lures, swim. You know, the 5-inch Corey's Viejos was getting bit on a 1-ounce war bait head. But yeah, I just encourage you, don't go out and soak the sun. Go out there and soak the sun on the water.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. And how's that new Camus from West Coast Marine working out for you?
Yesterday, I wanted to let the loose on 400 Verado, and I got it up to 15 miles an hour that flat, calm water.
59 miles an hour. Wow.
59. I had 3 guys, myself, and a whole gamut of gear. But off because it was sucking so much fuel down, so I got back to the dock. But yeah, the is really good. You know, the anglers will be able to check it out at both shows. I'll have a display at West Coast Marine at Costa Mesa and also at Del Mar. So I really look forward to seeing everybody at the show. Keep up the great. And you know, the trip I was talking to Matt, I was trying to get somebody else to come with me. That's a really killer trip. I'm really interested. I'm seriously interested to go. So anyways, thanks for the time, you guys. Keep up the great. Anglers, go fishing.
Yeah, go fishing. And if they want to go fishing with Benny Florentino, coastalcharters.com, right, Benny?
Roger that, Pete. I appreciate that. Keep up the great. Yep.
All right, you're making us jealous, man. I want to go fishing with you.
He was breaking up and hard to
breaking
understand.
up. Yeah, tough cell signal, but we got the gist of it.
Yeah. I got it all.
I heard 6-pounders all day long.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Benny. Appreciate it.
And awesome weather to do that kind of
and
trip.
it's staying that way,
right?
So go fishing.
Oh, man.
Call Benny. Say,
Right?
I want to go to Clemente. Let's go.
He is
on that new Camus from West Coast Marine.
Benny is such a class act.
He is the best.
Like no other words.
That's
class
it.
act.
Yeah, he is a class act, and he knows how to catch fish for sure. Well, let's jump into those phones. One line open at 833-288-0973.
And let's talk to Mike. Mike calling from Torrance. Good morning, Mike. Appreciate you joining us.
Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, Katie. Hey, Carl and Corey and Pete. Just wanted to give you guys a quick fish report and then a comment. We went out lobster fishing out of Marina Del Rey last night, and you would think with the full moon there would be problems, but we probably had 60 shorts and 21 legals for 3 of us. We got one over 6 pounds.
Ooh.
It was unbelievable. I went with Robert from Canyon Country and my buddy Larry, and Larry's been slaying the halibut with the bounce ball. We got a 19-pounder a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
And my buddy Glenn got a nice Corbina last weekend. We went and I got one of the biggest surf perch I've ever seen in the South Bay local. So the ocean's alive. I can't see any reason for people not to go out and enjoy your pastime and have some fun. And I just wanted to give a little plug to Catman Bait. It's a new business over in Gardena that sells fresh mackerel and frozen mackerel and all sorts of stuff. And he was real good for us. Thanks for all you guys do at Fisherman's Landing there, Carl.
Really
I've been
appreciate that.
coming down there since '77, and I haven't been disappointed yet. Frank's got quite the operation going.
Wow.
You guys have a great day, okay?
Hey,
You
great
too.
report.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Yeah.
That's
They're
almost
crawling.
That's
They're
hitting
biting
every
and
angle,
crawling,
man.
right?
Lobster, halibut,
Everything. Yeah.
surf perch.
Got it all.
Yes.
Going. You have a good text, huh, Corey?
I do. There's so many coming
Yeah,
through,
so
and
many.
this one says, "Good morning, Pete, Corey, Katie, and Carl. What a great show! Fisherman's Landing's awesome." And question is for Katie: what's the most amazing thing you've seen on the water, and your favorite fish to catch and place to fish?
Oh God!
And it comes from JJ in Point Loma, right?
That
Kind of
is
a
tough-
loaded question.
So what people don't realize is that I've been fishing down here since I was 11.
Before you met Carl.
Before I met Carl, actually with my mom. My mom was an avid fisherman, and she took me on the daily double on a half day. And like I said, I caught a bonito and I was hooked, but I've done it all. I mean, but my mom was an incredible angler. And back when I got in college, I was working at Islandia, and she fished on the Dolphin with Jason. Franker City's known me since I was 12.
What's your mom's name?
Her name's Jean.
Jean, okay.
And she was one of the best anglers I've ever seen. I'm getting a little emotional, actually.
Yeah. I bring that up because people might have fished with your mom.
Oh yeah,
Jean.
she was the person on the boat that, I remember one time we were out there, she caught a silver salmon, or she'd be the one that catches a giant halibut or the giant sea bass when we're fishing for something. I mean, she ignited that passion in me, and it was, I think it's in a bloodline or something, but watching my mom fish is probably just one of my favorite memories, because she always beat out all the men and always just outfished them. And she was just the sweetest lady, though. Like, she would bake cookies for everybody and bring pies and coffee. She was just so sweet, but she was like a formidable angler. So I just have to kind of pay homage to that, because that's just my favorite thing. But as far as favorite fish to catch, it's calico bass.
Yeah.
I know it sounds silly. Like, I love everything, but
so Benny's report.
Oh yeah, I'm like twitching.
She's
I'm like,
done.
I just love calico bass fishing. There's just so much finesse to it and stuff. But then once I went to Cedros, it was all over. I mean, the calico fishing down there is just, it's my favorite thing in the whole world. If I could do that, but what Benny just said, I'm like, okay, Carl, I'm like looking at him like, you better take me out there. I love fishing for, I'm not a big yellowtail hunter. I mean, I enjoy it, but like, that's definitely Carl's passion. But something about calico bass in me, I just love the finesse when you like see that little hole in the weeds and you like aim for it, and you count not even 2 seconds and you get that bite. And the last time I went
and they pull hard.
Yeah.
And then you get stuck in the weeds, and you have to use a lot of finesse. It's a lot of finesse, I feel like, and a really satisfying. The same thing about yellowfin tuna, though. Like, I would prefer yellowfin over bluefin, because it just takes some finesse and the challenge, and I enjoy that aspect of it. But yeah, I would say Cedros and Calicos is just my favorite place in the whole world.
And I know you've been to Jeff Mariani's new place down there at Cedros, right?
Yes,
Nice.
multiple times. I mean, I would say that's kind of the executive experience, kind of like the Intrepid. It's just, you're really a little class above, private room and, private plane.
Yeah.
And
Everybody gets their
smaller
own
group.
room.
Yeah, smaller group. And so I like that kind of style of thing.
And what's the name of his newer operation?
Casa de Cedros.
Casa de Cedros.
Yeah, but it's very private and more familial, I guess. And so, I just...
And a tailored trip, too. It's not... I don't know how to say that, but you can tailor the trip.
That's
you
my
only
favorite
fish
thing.
one day?
Maximum of 6, is that
A maximum of 6. And the thing that I love about it is, like, I want to go fish calicos. And you're right. Like, a lot of people, yellowtail, they want to go down there for yellowtail. But I actually want to target the calicos, the halibut, the sea bass. Like, I like more of that. And not to say I don't like catching yellowtail. It's just I don't know.
Oh, I get it. I guess Corey gets it. I know Carl gets it.
Right?
Yeah, it's just like, it was really challenging when I was working down there, because that's people want to talk about yellowtail. And as soon as someone said, well, I like calico, I would just light up, because...
But here's the thing, like down at Cedros, the largest yellowtail that you're going to see and catch is while you're fishing calico bass.
Yes.
I promise you.
Yes. Well, and that was the other thing down there. I feel like any given day, there's something that comes up, like a giant black sea bass or a giant.
Right.
I mean, that's one thing that's the beauty of that place is, like, any given cast, you don't know what's going to happen down there.
Yeah. No, for sure. Hey, Ian in Bay Park says, good morning. What's the best rod and reel, casting or spinning, to catch a halibut for the Derby? Carl?
Ooh. If I was in a fish, probably like a CalStar 278 heavy. You can, obviously they make that in a 7-foot version. and 7.5 and 8 foot. But I like the 8 foot version. You want something with a little softer tip, especially if you're fishing like a smaller bait, like an anchovy or something like that. Definitely a little softer tip so you can more in touch with your bait and everything like that. Trinidad 14, 12, something like that. Spinning reel. Man, I just have a hard time fishing halibut on a spinning reel for that style of fishing we're doing.
Well, like a bait runner, Shimano bait runner. Would be perfect
exactly.
for something like that.
8,000 or something.
Or if you want to graduate from that, I hate to use the word graduate, but Tranks.
Tranks 300, Tranks 400, yes.
With a level wine reel that can handle something big.
Yeah, you throw some 40-pound Spectre on there, top shot of 20, 25-pound test. Our rental rods are just a CalStar 270 8-foot rod for the spinning rods and a 7-foot version for the conventional with a little pin fathom 20, I think they are, So 20-pound test, 25-pound test, something like that would be very ideal. You don't want a really stiff rod, I don't think, because you want, especially if you're fishing smaller baits, you want to definitely be able to fill every little bite, because sometimes those halibut are very tricky and hard to fill those bites sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, you're in Bay Park. Go over to Dana Landing in Mission Bay. Talk to Bubba or talk to Johnny over there, or come over to the Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Talk to the guys. They'll set you up with the right stuff there.
And an inside tip, you can talk to the young lads that work in there. They're fishing every single day.
That's true.
I promise you. You can go right past Johnny and Bubba and talk.
Isn't that the truth?
I promise you.
Yeah, they're fishing off the launch ramp right there
every day.
Yeah.
and those guys know exactly what they're talking about. Great guys over there.
Yeah.
And they're helpful.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah. Let's jump into the phones, Corey.
Let's do that, Pete. How about Carl? Carl calling from is it Escondido? Yes. Yep. Good morning, Carl. Appreciate you joining us.
Hey, good morning. I was calling because you guys said the Intrepid is doing 3.5 days that you got to fly there to get on the boat.
No, that's the Poseidon out of Fisherman's Landing. They're doing 3.5 day trips out of Mag Bay.
But in April, the Intrepid will be running
3 days. We'll have 3-day blue
Out of
trips
Point
out of
Loma.
San Diego.
Are they open now, or do you have spots available?
Yeah, they're open. Yeah, you can book online right now.
So what's the first trip?
April 9th.
April 9th?
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
so
we're actually going to lay in for Day at the Docks, though. So you'll be able to tour the Intrepid this year.
On Sunday, April 19th.
Yeah. So I made the schedule this year, so we'll be from trips.
And you'll have the boat open so people can actually see the boat.
Yeah,
It's
very
beautiful
excited
boat.
about that.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. You have a good one, huh, Corey?
I do. God, there's so many coming through, and only via the app. It says right there, text to show. And make sure you do leave your name and telephone number, as most of them have done. And, you want your chance to win that overnight trip out of Fisherman's Landing, right? It says, good morning, Carl, Katie, and crew. I was lucky enough to be on the Liberty's first trip down to Colonette this year. I was also lucky enough to catch one of the 3 yellowtail on the boat. That was my first yellowtail.
Oh, congrats.
And I am hooked. When is the best time to get out and find some good yellowtail fishing? Thanks, John and Whittier.
So I would say springtime was going to be your best time. I know Taro had the Colonette trip, and then he's been in because he had an engine malfunction and stuff like that. So he's hoping to run maybe next week. If not, I think the Tomahawk or the Constitution will take over the Colonette runs there. But I would say April, May, June, Coronado Islands trips on the San Diego, the Mission Belle will be an excellent time to go catch some yellowtail for you.
With the way the water temperature is and stuff like that.
It might even be sooner, for sure, But I had springtime Coronado Islands trips, yo-yo fishing, dropper loop fishing, surface iron fishing, Cameron on the Mission Belle, and then Booger and Matt on the San Diego. You can't go wrong with those guys. If there's yellowtail to be had, they'll find them. There's not a yellowtail safe up and down the coast.
And that's
when those guys
I got to
water.
tell you, that's my favorite trip is Coronado Island trip.
I used to start booking in February and March, and I just used to I'd go out as much as possible because there's always that first trip when they bite.
Yeah.
And then everybody waits for that to go out. And so I would just say, just get on the boat and just when it works out, go. Because I would just kind of steadily get out as much as possible. And then I'd finally be on the trip when it hit.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, let's find out what's biting. The fishdope.com report. Yosef is standing by.
Good morning, Yosef, and it's brought to us by the Fish Pros of Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. It's where you get your premier processing experience. You can check out the easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. And with more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. They have more same-day capacity and the finest customer service. You can stop by their location in Old Town. It's right there on Taylor Street. Or just check them out at fishermansprocessing.com. And don't forget to make your reservation with them today.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Joseph.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Great. How could we not doing great with weather and fish biting like this? Oh my league.
Palm trees and parrots flying around.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
No kidding. What month is it again?
Yeah, it is February 1st. I would just remind you. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow's Groundhog Day.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it? Hopefully, he sees his shadow.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, there's actually a pretty good bass bite up in Santa Monica Bay area on the artificial reefs out there and around there. Guys are catching sand bass 4 to 7 pounds. Decent little fishing up there. Most guys are using the jig head or the lead head and squid combo. It's really an afternoon bite, but it is pretty good. Santa Barbara Island, there's a little sea bass action this last week on some schoolie-sized fish. Not a ton of sign of squid over there at the island. Catalina, there's some squid around Canyon Palisades area, and there were a couple 30-pound sea bass caught this last week around the front side.
Whoa!
There is still a bonita bite. They're small. They're only about 2 pounds from the east end to Long Point. The halibut bite is getting better as well on the hard bottom, close to structure and about 10 to 50 feet of water. Don't have any dope right now on Clemente or St. Nicholas. Best fishing on the coast right now is like the La Jolla area. Same deal. Those bonita are still biting. There's guys scoring up to 10 pounders. Best deals to get offshore about 2 to 3 miles, drag some feathers around La Jolla Canyon area, and it's still game on, and it doesn't seem to quit. Not a ton of info down around the Coronado Islands, and that's about all I got for you guys.
It's a pretty good report there. Fishdope.com. Of course, they always have the good information 365 days a year. Always. Danny and the boys are on it. And $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now. Lowercase, no space. Hookup Now, your $30 code. And Joseph, how's the real estate game?
Real estate game's pretty crazy. It's been long days every day, but lots of new listings, lots of people getting ready to list. The interest rate it came down. It's fluctuating a little, jumped back up over 6. And we should see it float down here in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's moving, man. If looking to sell a house, now would be the time to get prepped for it. Or if you're looking to move, jump on it before it gets crazy.
Yeah. And how do we find you for the best in real estate?
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169, on social media at The Angler's Realtor. And you can get me on my website, sportsmansrealty.com. If you'd like a free home evaluation, go to SoCalHomeEval.com.
No strings attached. You just do the SoCalHomeEval.com. Joseph will get you the proper value for the house, and he won't bug you, right?
That's it. When you're ready, you just circle back to me. That way you don't have me calling you and annoying you.
There you go. All right. Thanks, Joseph. Great job, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Take care, guys.
All right. Appreciate that.
Not only a realtor, but a guy who likes to fish, Pete.
Yeah. Good man. Yeah,
exactly.
Sure. All right. Hey, 833-288-0973. Let's jump into the phones.
Let's do that. How about Daniel? Daniel calling from Rancho Cucamonga. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Now, my question is, with this all new technology of new rods and reels, is any new hook coming out? Every year we go a little bit smaller.
Oh, you're going to see some new stuff at the PCS Costa Mesa show from Shimano. I promise you that. They're going to have a huge booth up there. And I know Dave Pfeiffer, outgoing president, and new president Jason, we'll both be there along with Blaine. We're actually going to have Blaine from Shimano on the show talking about some of the new stuff here in a couple of weeks on Let's Talk Hookup.
And Blaine is the East Coast jigging expert, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like he knows. And when I say East Coast, I mean he's
the jigging guy.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing for sure. So a lot of new stuff coming out, and a lot of times that's when the introductions happen.
Yeah, there is a lot of new stuff and a lot of new reels. Even like the thing with everything's getting smaller and more compact. Because of the Spectre. You know, when 20 years ago when Spectre came out, it was all 16 braid, pretty thick. Now even like 100-pound braid is super, like the diameter of 20-pound or 30-pound.
Yeah.
Now they got these 8 braids and 4 braids that are just as strong as anything else on the market. And these reels and the rods are just getting more and more compact and with more and more power. It's just crazy what
can be done.
What can be done compared to 5 years ago or 10 years ago, you know?
It's like Power Pro, their Max Quattro. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive, but it is incredible. It is so smooth, and you can have like what would be normally a 50-pound strength, but is actually 65 or 80.
Yeah, I mean, perfect example again. We're just talking about that fish on the Red Rooster. That was on a 60-pound accurate reel. I don't know what size, but it was, I mean, I saw a picture of it. It wasn't a very big reel, catching a 260-pound bluefin.
I can't wait to hear from Andy next week.
Next Sunday. The technology that keeps coming out with the new Talica series and stuff like that, the 12s and the 16s on my 10-day trip, I got to fish the new Talica 16s and 12s. I mean, what a difference. I mean, the old ones were phenomenal, and these are just the next step level. I mean, how smooth they are and how low they're a little smaller, compact reel and stuff like that. I mean, the technology, what's coming out in the next year or two, talking to some of the guys at the trade shows, what they have planned coming out in the next 2-3 years is going to be game changers for across the board, everywhere from freshwater to saltwater to big marlin fishing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's good stuff. Hey, we're going to be right back. And Daniel, thank you for the call. We're going to have more from the Schmidts here when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada, at Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris. Hi, I'm Valerie Hopridge. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, breathtaking scenery and wildlife, warm community, and truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge. Just steps away from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris, you will be fishing pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook salmon, halibut, John lingcod, and more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty and wildlife. All of us at Haida Gwaii Safaris have exciting news. We now have our own charter flight to and from Sandspit out of Vancouver, making your trip easier than ever. We pride ourselves on creating unforgettable adventures that turn the first-time guests into longtime friends. You will come for the fishing and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please call 1-877-815-2892 or visit us at qcsafaris.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where unforgettable memories are made one catch at a time.
Are you ready for reliability? Then you're ready for a Yamaha outboard. And there's no better time to jump on board than during our Ready for Reliability sales event. From now until March 31st, 2026, eligible new Yamaha 30 to 450 horsepower outboards get 2 additional years of warranty protection for a total of up to 7 years of warranty coverage. Plus, Yamaha 2.5 to 25 horsepower outboards come with up to $200 in dealer credit. Get ready to enjoy Yamaha reliability with a new outboard today. Visit your local Yamaha dealer for details. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends March 31st, 2026. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models excluded. 24-month Yamaha extended service added to 36 or 60-month factory limited warranty. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 24-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day and full-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered. The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Bizzano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check IndependenceSportFishing.com.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and having so much fun at World Headquarters.
A lot of good stuff. One line open if you want to get through, 833-288-0973. Talk to Katie and Carl Schmidt here, Fisherman's Landing and Intrepid Sport Fishing. And we're going to take a little risk because I'm not quite sure who this is.
Got a caller calling in
on the hotline. David?
Listed as David.
Yeah. Good morning.
That would be you. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Pete, Corey, Katie, Carl, good morning.
Good morning.
Who am I talking to?
David Chavez, CTA.
Oh, David Chavez.
Morning,
Okay,
David.
hey,
Yeah,
David.
David.
All right, we're glad. It's a good guy.
Yeah, we love you.
On that line, it's our super secret back line. We'd have no screener, and it's like I didn't recognize the number, and I was like, okay, it's a good guy.
Nothing more entertaining than live radio.
Yeah. Well, hey,
That's right.
You take the risk. So, David, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. Hey, I heard the announcement on Katie. I just wanted to welcome her to CCA California and the San Diego chapter. But we're looking forward to having her on board and doing some good things this coming year. I also heard you mention that a couple things that were going on. You talked yesterday about the Anthony Shea coming up in April. That's going to be a good one that's going on, honoring Barbara Block. And then we have here locally for those listening, and you can find information online, and I'll share that. But we have our 5th annual CCA California San Diego chapter Apps and Taps coming up.
Great.
What we got going on is we're going to be hosting it there on Saturday, May 30th from 4 to 8 p.m. on at Jimmy's Famous American Tavern right down the harbor, just down the road, just down the walkway from you, Pete.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's a great spot and great
2 minutes
food
away.
and great location. How did you get that done, man? That's quite the venue.
Well, people see what we're doing and the moves that we're making here in the state, and people are starting to really honor and support us. So you make good connections, you make great friendships, and you hold accountability to those things, and just keep those relationships built. That's so cool. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. What we're looking at here is we're going to be doing our annual Beacon Award, and this year we're honoring Ken Frankie.
Ken Frankie, yes.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Which also is, the SAC office right there is just down the walkway as well.
Yeah, you can just saunter on over. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So also, just, giving you guys a little update and a heads up for everybody listening and those that want to attend. Frank's going to be doing an open house. I'm sorry, I keep saying Frank. Ken's going to be doing an open house at SAC from 3 to 4 p.m. Give you a tour. You can go talk about what's going on in the fleet and see their headquarters there at the Sport Fishing Association in California. So it's going to be a great event.
What a great partnership.
We're going to have some music.
Yeah, and so that's
Isn't it?
Saturday, May 30th, you said?
Yes, from 4 to 8 p.m. and then the open house at SAC from 3 to 4.
Great. Wow, fantastic. That sounds like a super good event. How does one get tickets?
Absolutely. So you can find the tickets. You can go to ccacalifornia.org, go to the events section, and you can find all the events going on there in the state. And you can also get tickets to the CCA California.
Okay.
Oh, that's also a good area to go sign up for the Star Tournament.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sign up for. Don't sleep on that. Like I said.
Yeah, get on it because that starts Memorial Day weekend. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
The
The weekend
summer
before
long
the
tournament,
tournament.
right?
Yeah. Absolutely. David, great to
That's
hear
a
from
good
you.
time, a lot of fun.
Thank you for all you do for CCA California San Diego chapter, and you made a nice choice bringing in Katie. For
Very
sure.
excited.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hey, go follow us on Facebook. Go follow us on Instagram so you can be aware of what's going on. CCA California and CCA Cal SD.
All right. Very good. Thanks, David
Thank
Chavez.
you, guys. Appreciate
All right.
the call.
President
Let's
of the
go.
San Diego chapter of CCA California. Thanks for all your hard work. Appreciate that very much.
And I know Wayne stepped down, but Chris and Tony and now Eric Landesfein is being involved, and Katie. I mean, the whole crew, David.
And all this is about keeping us to have access to go fishing
and watching our backs, right? I mean, that's who else would it be?
And conservation too. I mean, people don't realize that fishermen are the biggest conservationists, I feel like, of anybody. So.
And I think in this whole thing, Pete is the biggest benefactor of the whole deal, because Wayne stepping down and now being a part of Let's Talk Hookup. Pete, I have to tell you, I absolutely enjoy listening to Wayne when he's on the show.
Yeah.
He brings such great information and a
incredible
great angle.
energy.
Yes,
we're thrilled to have him part of the
when
team.
we were at Sacramento, we saw Chris and Tony, and they had actually been up there at the Capitol, dealing with some stuff up the meetings and things like that. So they're very integrated into advocating for us.
It's awesome. And Wayne, even though he stepped down, he's still working really hard with CCA. He's the Energizer Bunny. He's everywhere.
Yes.
He really is.
Hey, we talked about this quite a bit, but I want to talk about this because of Katie, and that's the University of Long Range Fishing book by Larry Brown and Chris Minnick. Larry and Chris are
two of my best friends, honestly.
Yeah, two big customers on the Intrepid. They
Yeah.
ride the Intrepid a lot and sponsor a lot of trips.
Well, and
on there.
Larry's a big advocate too. I mean, his whole thing is veterans and kids fishing. Everything he does is making money to get people out on the water, and he's just a huge advocate for that. But not only that, I went bluefin fishing with them, and I learned so much. I mean, that is what they're all about. Is just
With Larry or Chris or
both. Yeah. I mean, I did outfish them to start out the trip, but I did learn a lot also.
They're
so.
scientists. I mean,
Yes.
and you've been around Chris fishing, bass fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is very analytical, and he is just
Yes.
like goes through every detail of wanting to know what's getting bid and stuff like that, and perfecting it.
I think your term analytical is a proper, polite way.
I spent a week with Chris at El Salto with him, and great fisherman, great guy.
Yeah.
And you're right. Every detail he looks at the aspect of fishing from a giant 360-degree window, and how much he can learn, and little tips he gives everyone and stuff like that. And Larry's the same way.
To have Larry and Chris put all their intel and information into a book, and have it available,
it's unbelievable. And like you say, Larry has done a tremendous amount for Rollo, doing fundraisers and stuff like that. All of this money goes to Rollo. It's a $20 for this book.
That's
worth a fortune. It's only available via download. But you can print it. You can download it and then print it if you want to print it. But you can download it on your device or whatever.
Cool.
So it's rollokids.org. $20 minimum donation. You can want to give 100. That's fine too. It all goes to taking
That's
kids
worth its
fishing.
weight in gold, honestly.
And you talk about insight for the upcoming bluefin tuna fishing. These guys have the insight.
Oh yeah.
on this. And if you read this book, if you look at this book, I promise you will get some new tips to catch more fish.
And with all honesty, they could have put that in print and had it in the tackle shop, had it at the PCS show, and made money from it, right? They didn't go that route.
No, they're giving it to Rollo.
The Friends of Rollo, 100%.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
rollokids.org. It's called the University of Long Range Fishing, and personally endorsed by Katie Schmidt.
Oh yeah. I mean, they actually set up some of my rods and stuff for me. They after I went bluefin fishing with them, and I showed up, and they thought I was very unequipped. But then I managed to outfish the entire boat.
Of course.
But they got me some new gear and had it all set up and marked my line and told me to do this and that. I mean, that's their passion is, and I'm not that young, but they want the next generation to bring up. That's why their passion is kids fishing. And fun fact, Carl and I met because I was volunteering for Friends of Rollo years ago. That's how we met. Yeah, we met at the Fred Hall show.
Yes.
I was volunteering for Friends of Rollo.
12 years ago.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
That's
yes.
incredible.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew from Bell, California wants to know how many setups to take on a trip, on a full day trip.
A fold you 3 trip or like 3 rods and reels are probably what you really need.
But
you can get away with 2 for sure. You know, this time of year, you want something to fish deep water rockfish. You know, you might be fishing 300 to 400 feet, maybe 500 feet and stuff like that in Mexican waters there. So a 40 pound, like a Trinidad 20 or 30 would probably work just fine. 7 foot heavy rod, then a live bait rod, you know, this time of year and fishing like the great calico bass fishing. I bet you could go down the Coronado Islands and catch some good calico bass, sand bass fishing. Then for your rock cod fishing, you can tie your Salad 6X Junior or full size 6'6" in there, or the Brass Monkey from Two Fish Jigs for yo-yo fishing. Normally, I wouldn't say there's a chance of surface iron fishing at the islands this time of year, but with the water temperature and how good fishing is right now, I mean, I would bring a 9-foot surface iron rod. Yeah,
you never know.
You mentioned Two Fish Jigs. I just had an insider send me what Benny was talking about as the Senorita. That's going to be available.
The boat ants putting together
at the PCS. So an insider just sent this.
You talk about a calico killer right there. Oh boy,
I'm a big Two Fish Jigs proponent.
I mean, we're looking at it right there.
Like those. They're those guys know how to make lures.
They do.
For sure. This got calico written all over it.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, let's jump back in the phones, Corey.
Let's do that. How about Tom? Tom calling from University City. Good morning, Tom.
We have you this time, Tom?
We'll try him again.
Yeah, you do. Sorry, I was on
Good morning.
the first time.
No worries.
Hey, I'd love to catch a local lingcod. And I feel like it's just kind of bycatch when you go for rockfish, but I was wondering if you have any tips on where to look for lingcod and how to fish for them.
I like a big jig, probably 8-ounce lead head, big white jig of some sort, like a 8-inch slug from Corey, you know, would be a great option for you. IB Imperial Beach pipeline, that's always been a good thing. Then there's a little reef, I want to say quarter of a mile.
Don't give it all up. Come on, Carl.
Half a mile off the beach there.
Yeah.
Really good lingcod. Best time, obviously lingcod openers April 1st, I think. That big mackerel, if you want to drop a loop, 8-ounce, 10-ounce sinker, 4.0 J hook, 5.0 J hook, big mackerel, big sardine, something like that would be great. And you want to fish something obviously a little more rocky, kind of that drops off, would be a great place to fish lingcod and stuff like that.
But of course, if you're fishing in Mexican waters, you can catch lingcod now.
Correct.
But
yes.
which there's trips.
Like Collinet trips, like
Mission Bell or whatever. Yeah.
If you want to go catch a lingcod, hop on the Mission Bell, not the Mission Bell, I'm sorry, the Tribute out of Seaforth on their day-and-a-half trips.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they caught this past weekend. Really good lingcod fishing right now. I mean, I
think I saw 30 of them.
Yeah, 30 lingcod. Yeah.
Yummy.
And anywhere from probably, you know, just legal size up to 10, 15 pound.
The detriment to a lingcod is they're aggressive.
Yes.
And if you use a small bait, well, you're going to probably catch a red or a starry or, you know, something else delicious. The bigger you go, the better.
Yes.
Now, Katie and Carl, I don't know if you know, but we have a resident lingcod expert here. Corey knows how to catch a big lingcod.
Well,
so what's Corey going to use to catch a big lingcod?
Only because Valerie Hopridge puts us on the right lingcod zone.
Right? Charlotte, up at the Haida Gwaii. Yeah.
I actually made a jumbo curl tail.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Like, when I say jumbo,
see, it's like a foot long.
It's longer. It puts the Magombo grub.
Yeah, I was gonna say
to like a bay bass grub.
Really?
Honest to God, it's made to marry up to over a 1 pound lead head.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's huge.
Wow, but that's not something you'd use here. So what would you use here?
But you could. No, you totally could.
You could?
Yeah, you 100% could.
Okay, all right.
Because the overall
bigger
length
is better when it comes to ling. Is
They're
that
greedy. They're so greedy. I mean, that's why you get those hitchhikers and stuff. You know, you get a nice fish. And
you get some of these lingcods that will, like Katie said, leech onto a smaller rockfish.
Sure.
But I mean, I remember being a kid going fishing a lingcod opener or whatever. You're fishing mackerel that are 6, 7, 10 inches long. You know, no problem.
The bigger, the better.
Yeah,
because you're not going to get the 2 pound red on.
Correct. Yeah, you don't want that smaller stuff to bite on. You're trying for one thing only, and it's a big lingcod. So
and it's not the mackerel you put down that's just laying there. It's the mackerel that's darting around trying to get off the hook is the one that's going to get devoured.
Yep.
Well, I wonder when somebody's going to put together a lingcod derby.
Why not? We
You know?
go
Why
to
not?
Cape.
Huh?
We can fish Mexican waters all,
Yeah.
in the closure.
Yeah.
Carl just lit up like ding,
Yeah,
ding,
it's like,
ding.
hey, man.
I've tried to do some of that different stuff like that during the off season and stuff.
Yeah.
Some people are yay, some people nay. So
Yeah, I don't know why people sleep on the Colonet trips though. That's like we had a
So fun.
epic trip down there on the Liberty one year. It was probably one of my favorite trips.
And the
ever.
weather this time of the year
It
is
was
so
flat, calm,
And
and just
if the
beautiful.
Liberty is not going to make it, we're going to put the Constitution online or the Tomahawk online for day and a half Colonet
Yeah,
trips
you
Friday night.
yo-yo
So yeah,
for
All right,
Yellowstone.
starting now.
yeah.
Like
hopefully we'll get all that figured out sometime in the next couple days here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So watch fishermanslanding.com.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And your social media. Of course, Carl is also a big star on social media too with his
all over the place.
what do you do? A once a week report, a video report?
Yeah, on YouTube. What I've tried to do is kind of interview different captains. Last week we went to 5-star. This week we're going to go to Fisherman's Processing, give them a whole behind the scenes, meet everyone that's involved with that.
Cool.
From the time you get off the boat to the time you pick it up, where they cut the fish, with storage, all that type of stuff, how they do the jerky and smoked fish and stuff like that. So this time of year, we're doing like different reports on different type of boat works and walk through the different boats. So kind of just like, obviously during the summer, it's more reports and stuff like that. We get Rick or one of the guys from the tackle shop to give us a tackle recommendation or what's coming out on what's new and type of stuff. So that all our longer videos are on YouTube. Just Google Fisherman's Landing on YouTube and we'll pop up there. We get Frank on there. We've had Tim, Justin. We've had a whole bunch of different.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's a really good feature for sure. You have another good text, huh?
I do, Pete. Yes, and this one comes from John in La Mesa, and he says, "The wife and I are planning a multi-day trip. What is something I'm forgetting that will help accommodate the wife on a trip like that?"
Ooh.
Yeah, right. I mean, nobody better in here than.
I mean, one thing that I would say that I've definitely graduated to boats with staterooms. I've fished on the Islander, the Searcher, the Shogun, the Royal Polaris, the Royal Star. I mean, I would just say comfort for ladies. I mean, so pick, my boat definitely is the most comfortable ride I've had. So I would just say, look for, just kind of comfort. I know sometimes I host an 8-day trip and there's a few ladies that seek after my trip because they
When
just,
is that?
It's the beginning of August. Yeah. Katie's Summer Slam. Yeah.
Katie's Summer
Yeah.
Slam.
It's the fourth year I've done
Is it
but
ladies only?
No, but a few women have like, okay, I want to go on a long range trip. I want to make sure there's a woman on the boat. And so, if you can find, if there's other ladies, I've been on the trip being the only female, not a big deal, but I think it is nice when there's other ladies. But I would just say, comfort would be important. So just make sure, she can have her own private stateroom sort of thing. There's a lot of boats that have staterooms, like the Queen has a couple staterooms. And so if you can accommodate, that would be one thing that I would just say would be nice to accommodate, just some privacy. I've slept in bunk rooms, I put my little towel up for privacy, but I think I've graduated from that.
And if John's going, like, let's say on the Pacific Queen, he could call the office and say, "Hey, I'm bringing my wife. Can we
get a 2-man stateroom?" Not a problem.
Yeah.
Most of the boats now are all 2-man or 3-man. There's maybe a couple 4-man staterooms there and stuff like that. But if it's a man and a wife or whatever, couple, we get them their own private. We do our best. It's not 100% guarantee it.
The Tribute
but on the long range boats, it's guaranteed. I'm pretty sure all the long range boats now are 2-man, maybe a few 3-man. But
yeah,
on the shorter range boats like the Poseidon, the Pacific Queen and stuff like that, we'll do our best to get you guys your own stateroom because that's the most important thing for the women is privacy.
Absolutely. For
and
sure.
comfort?"
Yep.
Hey, Cedric in Rialto says, "Good morning. What is the best way to keep backlash out when casting a conventional reel?"
Lots of practice, but the number one mistake I see people that are not used to fishing a conventional reel is going out there and not adjusting their, like a lot of these newer reels have brakes on them, on the like the Tranks 300s, 400s, 500s, and a lot of the different bait casting reels like that. Going in there, adjusting the brakes or the tension cap on the spool, so you're not getting a big high-end free spool reel. You can back that off, and you just go and practice with start out with like a 1/2-ounce sinker, get used to that, get that down. Then you can go loosen up the brakes or the tension on the free spool and get more free spool and just lots and lots of practice.
And with that practice, I mean, you can take that rig on the boat, like out of the box, brand new. And the boys on the boat will help you.
I was just gonna say that on my 8-day, the last day of my 8-day this year, I'm not a big surface iron person. I'm definitely more bait. But I was like, I want to catch a fish on the surface iron, more just to tell Carl because he loves it when I do it. But I was casting and they're like, oh, when you do it, flip it this way, and they gave me some tips because I was backlashing, but it was a ton of practice. That's the nice thing about going on a longer trip is you can kind of work on your technique and stuff like that. But the crew was great to give me feedback to kind of show my technique and practicing it. So
we're in the Southern California, this is the mecca of sport fishing worldwide right here. And they're
really
helpful,
is. Yes.
super helpful.
Yes.
And the problem is most guys, and maybe including myself, that you're afraid to ask. You feel intimidated. It shouldn't be. When you show that you want help, they're gonna help.
They're gonna help you. And the great thing, if you come to Fisherman's Landing Tackle, hey, I'm new at this. They're going to show you a couple different reels. They'll open the reel for you, adjust the brakes. If you see Rick or Brandon or Darren, one of the guys,
all the boys,
they'll be more than happy to get you started. Just get started on the lowest setting, then work your way up.
There you go. It's nothing better said. Take it into the landing, and they'll help you out.
Wow, so many great questions, so many great calls.
We're going to be right back. You've been listening to Let's Talk Hookup with Carl and Kate. We're going to find out who's won that overnight trip when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Get ready for the most exciting sports show of the year, the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show, presented by Geico. Now 2 great dates and locations. First, the giant 16th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, March 5th through the 8th at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa. Then, the first annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Check out hundreds of sport fishing exhibitors, manufacturers, tackle dealers, fishing boats, and fishing resorts, taking up the huge fairgrounds at both locations, plus fantastic seminars and free kids trout pond. Seminars featuring some of the top names in the industry, from catching giant bluefin, swordfish, calico bass, freshwater bass, trout, and more. Take advantage of incredible show specials from major tackle retailers and boat dealers. Talk to the top fishing travel destinations. Thursday, March 5th to Sunday, March 8th at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa, and in San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Presented by Geico. Check sportfishingfestival.com.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, Ford has kept that title every year since. And your San Diego County Ford dealers plan to repeat that again for the next 49 years. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, and Ford, the most awarded brand for new vehicle quality among trucks. Get ready to power through whatever this new year brings in a Ford. Check out the entire Ford F-Series lineup and take a test drive today. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealer. They'll be glad to hook you up.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute, Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check SeaforthLanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear, built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Talica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Looking for the ultimate Alaska fishing experience and the best value in Alaska? Look no further than Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. A trip to Kingfisher includes everything you need to make your experience legendary. The finest fishing fleet in Sitka with the best captains, deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, world-class fish processing, and the best part, it's all included for one amazing price. Kingfisher is Let's Talk Hookup's most popular destination. Hundreds of listeners have experienced Kingfisher Charters, and most go back again and again. You have probably heard a lot of big promises from other Alaska lodges, only to find there were lots of hidden charges. Not Kingfisher. Everything is included. 10-hour fishing days, your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, and fishing gear. All you bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. Kingfisher Charters, your Alaska fishing destination. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Katie's going to flip the coin, and a lucky winner, texter or caller, is going to win the overnight trip out of Fisherman's. A texter today. And that's Robert in Canyon Country. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations. Wow, what a great show. Katie, if somebody wants to ride the Intrepid, how do we find you?
Our website's intrepid.net, or you can call or text 619-224-4088.
Intrepid.net. And then, of course, Fisherman's Landing. How do we find you, Carl?
Fishermanslanding.com, 619-221-8500, and all the social media stuff.
Yeah, and then again, if you want to subscribe to your YouTube channel and watch Carl every week.
Every week, yeah.
World famous.
Try to do at least one video a week, sometimes two. But yeah, YouTube, just Google Fisherman's Landing on there, San Diego.
Yeah.
You'll see our logo up there and my beautiful face.
Yeah.
And you can
and lots of good information too.
So
we
good.
try
You
to
guys gotta see that.
give a behind the scenes and update and a name to the face to all the boat owners and captains, and yeah,
fantastic. Well, hey, thanks guys, thanks for coming in, and
appreciate it.
Thanks for the bonus of having Katie
Yep.
too.
Thank you.
Great to have you.
Surprise.
And thanks to Jeff Hamby in the studio for manning the phones and manning the board, and thanks to Adam for all he does on the Let's Talk Hookup app. Thanks to you out there for all your calls, your texts, and your support of Let's Talk Hookup and our sponsors, and thanks to Corey for stepping in today. Next Saturday, Rick and Corey will be here with Rosie Flowers from Cedro Sport Fishing. I'll be out of town, and Captain Andy Cates next Sunday from the Red Rooster. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week right here on The Fan.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Tony Gwynn Jr. here. If you've had a busy day at work, don't worry. We got you covered. We'll bring the latest in sports on your ride home. Weekdays, 2 to 6 p.m.